Hi everyone, welcome to an extended live sculpting. We're working on our pastrami sandwiches. So we started off on Instagram and now my first time live on YouTube. I know it's been a couple of years since I've done anything on my channel. I know it's there. I know you guys are still following me, so I thank you all for that. And I thought I would, because I'm in the mood, to continue my live sculpt. I just did 2+ hours on YouTube, on Instagram, which is the longest I've ever done. So I thought I'd bring it over to YouTube because it's been a while. So thanks for those who are still subscribed to me and those who are new. Welcome. So we did some pastrami sandwiches on Instagram earlier. For the past 2 hours, we worked on these. I do have these ones left. So I thought I would continue working on these sets as these ones are almost finished. The only thing we have left to do is add the pearl onions on top of the pickles. So that's what we're going to work on today. I am working with polymer clay. My I make jewelry, pins, magnets, keychains, and sculptures. I do a lot of custom orders, so if you need that, you can reach out to me. My Instagram is KittenJelly Boutique. And then on Facebook, it's also KittenJelly Boutique. My page, my Etsy shop, which is my online shop to make purchases, is KittenJelly Boutique on Etsy. And then, of course, YouTube, it's also as you're logged in, it's KittenJelly Boutique as well. So if you guys have any custom orders you'd like or you'd like to purchase from me, please reach out to me. If you can't reach out to me on YouTube, just visit my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I'm trying to do my TikTok as well. So sorry, I do have TikTok as well. So my TikTok is also KittenJelly Boutique. Please reach out to me and I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I've assigned a moderator, Tristan Kennedy. Please also check out his YouTube. He's very active on there as well. Extremely active, way more than me, because this is my first live video ever, and my channel is about even more than 5 years, like probably 8 years old, and this is the first time I've been live. So thank you for tuning in. So these are what we're working on today. We will be hand sculpting pastrami sandwiches from polymer clay, which is my business. So please let me know if you have any questions below and I will try to answer them as I sculpt. So again, this is my first time on YouTube live, so please be gentle with me. Also, my nails are really long, and for those of you who do know me, I don't sculpt with long nails, so if you see me dropping things, ignore that. It's just my first time with nails as well as live. So thank you once again for joining me. So we're going to finish up the ones that we have here. These pastrami sandwiches we're going to finish so they can look like this. There's mayo, lettuce, Swiss cheese, pastrami, as well as some mustard at the bottom. So this is what we'll be creating. I hand sculpt miniatures. All my pieces are hand sculpted, so they're all one of a kind. And I do custom orders. I'll repeat that because people think I only do food and stuff. I do everything. If I can do it, just let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know what you want, and I can tell you if I can do it. But I do a lot of custom orders. So please let me know in the chat what you would like to see me do next time. And if you do have any questions, also please let me know. And I'll have my moderator reach out to me with your questions. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just going to add you to my tripod right now. So the video might become a little shaky, so please bear with me while I do that. And I want to make sure I can also see the comments so I can answer. Perfect. Okay, so thank you for my moderator, Tristan. He'll be handling things for me. Again, first time on YouTube Live, so thank you to those who've joined. I'm just going to continue working on the pastrami. I'll show you what they look like. So these are the ones we worked on earlier on Instagram. I'll show you this one since it fell into my hands. It's meant to be, it wants to be shown. So you can see that there is a pickle on the top, pumpernickel bread, mayo, lettuce, Swiss cheese, pastrami with a thick layer of delicious mustard, and a bun. So this one already has an eye pin in here. So I know that this is going to be a keychain, and this is going to be a big back keychain because it's so thick. Look at that sandwich. That sandwich is so thick and juicy. So this one's almost done and ready to be baked. We just need to put the pearl onion on the top. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. Again, if you have any questions, please add them to the chat. Please like and subscribe. I'm just going to increase the music a little bit, but if you have questions, let me know and I will lower the volume and try to answer them to the best of my ability. And thank you again for being with me because I know it's very late. It's 1:30 here in Canada, in Ontario, Toronto, Ontario. But I am very grateful for those who are with me, who are watching. I love your support and I appreciate it so much as a small business owner and professional artist. And I love you all and thank you. Enjoy. Please remember to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it as a small business owner. That would mean a great deal to me. So please like and subscribe. So thank you, Tristan Kennedy, for your question. So very cute. You call them O-rings. So he's talking about these rings here. They're actually called, oops, sorry. Sorry, first time live. I didn't notice I was zoomed in. Please bear with me. So Tristan's talking about these. Cute, he called them O-rings. They're actually called eye pins. So these eye pins were made prior to this live. So those of you who have been joining me now on YouTube, I was live earlier on my Instagram at KittenJelly Boutique, and we were finishing up these pastrami sandwiches with Swiss cheese, lettuce, mayo, and of course mustard. At the bottom, a delicious pickle and pearl onion. So we're finishing that up from the live earlier. So you're seeing the second batch. This is the first batch, and now I'm doing the second batch. So Tristan is referring to these eye pins, and he's asking when these were applied. So I use these for my keychains and my dangle earrings. So these were applied prior to this live because I started this project sadly about a year and a half ago. I'm trying to finish it for my next big show in the winter of this year in November, one of a kind. Those in Canada know it's a really big handmade artisan show, so everything there is handmade. There's usually over 600 artisans. It's probably higher than that, but I'm saying 600 because I can't remember the exact amount. But when I was making these about a year and a half ago, I had made the pumpernickel bread you can see here. And then I stuck the eye pin on the bread, and I used the liquid clay. Not sure. I'm sorry. I am trying to zoom out and I am sorry. Also, guys, my nails are new, so that's like another thing. Like, I'm using a new tripod. I have new nails on, so like things are not going well for me. But let me see if I can move my thing a little bit. Do you see this here? That is liquid clay. So that's like a bonder for people who do ceramics, like go in the kiln. You know, you need to have the slip for the clay to stick. With polymer clay, it's a little bit, sometimes you can use it without it, but I prefer to have the extra security. So this is liquid clay. So I added this liquid clay, right there, liquid clay here. I added that to the pumpernickel bread. It dries clear with the eye pin to secure it in, because this is important because this attaches to the keychain, the earring. Like, you need to make sure this is secure so you don't lose your items. And then I added the meat on top. So Tristan's asking when I added these. It was prior to the video that I had done a year and a half ago. So I already put them in because I knew how many I wanted as keychains and dangles. So that's what I use the eye pin for, keychain or a dangle. If it doesn't have it, most of these don't have an eye pin, the ones I had finished on my Instagram live. And that is because those are most likely going to be either pins or magnets. The small one might be a pin because I can cut the back part off to lay it flat like a pin. But most of these might be magnets. Sorry. The small one might be a stud. That's what I meant to say. A stud earring, because I can cut the back off so it can lay flush on the ear. But the other ones might be magnets or pins for your jacket, your tote bags, your backpacks, wherever you like to put pins. And then the ones with the eye pins, which are these, will be dangles or keychains. So these were added prior, and it's important to kind of add these earlier on when you're sculpting, because you want to make sure they're secure, because you don't want anyone to lose their piece. You want to make sure they're secure, they're well grounded in the piece. I actually don't put mine directly in straight. I'll show you what I do. I actually bend mine. So they're very pliable. You just use pliers and I will curve mine like this. So I hook it in. So under each of these pieces, the eye pin looks like it's actually like a hook. Sometimes if I want to be extra fancy, I'll show you what I do. I'll use my gold one right now because I can't find another silver for an example. My silver ones are put away in a different room. Oh wait, let me see if I can find a silver. Yep, I found one. Okay, so what I do sometimes, not all the time, is I create a zigzag pattern like this. So I will actually go in and bend each one like a zigzag pattern. Because like once this pattern, once this pattern is baked under the clay, like it's hard to pull or fall out. So sometimes, depending on what the item is, like an earring, I would do this because it's on your ears. It's not having so much drag compared to a keychain where it's on your keys, it's on your backpack. Like it's gonna be strained a lot. So sometimes I will do a zigzag pattern with the liquid clay just to reinforce it under the clay. And sometimes I bury it. So like I'll just show you since we're doing this, since it's like my first time live, like this is exciting for me because a lot of you have not seen me live because I'm always live on Instagram. So I'll take the extra time to show you my techniques because my Instagram followers have seen it, but my YouTube, I am sorry for that. But I'm sorry for like slacking off. I'm gonna get better at being live on YouTube. But let me show you guys how I do it. So sometimes I'll add this. I will add some liquid clay here, which is the bonder. It's liquid, but it's also bonder. So I'll kind of like bury it like this. Like I'll bury it under, and then I'll add more clay and tuck it nice and neat and patch it in and just make sure like it's secure. Like when you bake this, your eye pin is not going anywhere. Like you're not going to lose your keychain, you're not going to lose your dangle earrings. Like this is very secure with that liquid clay and that clay buried. Like that is solid, especially when you do it in that shape where it has more ridge, kind of like a tire. It has more tread to it. Like yeah, it'll be secure. So I hope that answers your question, Tristan. And that's such a good question. So I thank you for that. And I thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Especially being my first live on YouTube at like 2 in the morning. So thank you guys. Those of you who know me, I am a night owl. So thanks for being here with me. So that's how I add my eye pins. And yes, my eye pins for these were added before. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer them. cute call, cute comment, Tristan. Yes, I am a night owl. So for some reason, I don't know if any of you are like that, or 11 o'clock hits and like suddenly you have energy, but like 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., you're tired. Even 8 p.m., you're tired. And like you want to call it a night because you feel tired, but then once like 10:30, 11 hits, or 11:30, 12, you're like wide awake and you're like, where did I get all this energy from? Yeah, that's me. Like you just become a night owl. Like I work a full-time job, 9 to 5, but then sometimes like by 7, 8, when I get home from work, I'm so tired, or I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna go to bed. And then I'll rest a bit. Like I'll try to do something, chores, eat your food, pack your lunch for work the next day. Like, do your self-care, your hair, your skin, your nails, your massage, your stretches, your workout. And you're like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. Like I'm dead tired. I'm actually gonna go to bed early tonight. You go to bed, 11:30 hits, 11 o'clock, 10:30, and you're like burst of energy. Like you just woke up and you ran a marathon and you have so much energy and you're like, okay, you know what? Forget early bed. I'm just gonna stay up and do stuff. And then you end up staying up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's me. I can vouch that I am a night owl. Like 11, 10:30 hits, sometimes 9:30, and I just get like this burst of energy. So that is why I'm awake. A lot of people ask me, how am I able to have a full-time job as well as a business, creating pieces such as these that are one of a kind, very detailed, and it's because I'm a night owl. I don't sleep. And I am working on it because it's not healthy. So I'm not telling you guys not to sleep. Sleep is very, very, very crucial for your health. That's how your body regenerates. So I've been doing very well at going to bed earlier and waking up earlier to exercise, get my body in shape, also get the rest, also work, and also get my creativity out for my business. But it's all about balance. So just remember that. Yes, I'm up late tonight till 2, but I haven't done that in a while because I've changed my schedule where I am sleeping earlier and waking up earlier so I can exercise. So this is a little bit rare for me to be awake at this time, even though a couple weeks ago that was my normal. I have switched, but I am giving myself grace. During the week, I am sleeping earlier, and on the weekends, I will stay up a little bit later and sleep in a little bit later to make up for the weekdays, which are hectic, where I can treat myself on the weekends, where I can stay up a little bit later, like 2 a.m., just to work on my craft because it's also not only my business but my release as an artist, mental release, and it just makes me feel better about myself. So, yep, I am a night owl, but a balanced night owl. So, I'm going to continue working for a bit. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again. This is my first live, so a little bit nervous about that. But thank you all for being with me so early in the morning. Well, I shouldn't say early, but for some people it is early. Again, night owl, so for me it's early, but for some people it is early. But I want to thank you all for being here. So we're gonna work on some lettuce, and then we're gonna do some of the mayo, as you can see of this on some of the sandwiches I worked on before. We're gonna do the lettuce and mayo. Oh, the cheese. Oh. I'm ahead of myself. Okay, so first we're gonna do the cheese, the lettuce, and the mayo. And if there's time, if it's not too late, because I do have to wake up early so I can see the love of my life, Tristan, and do our biking because I love to bike with him. I just love to do everything with him, but I want to spend as much time as I can with him, so I don't want to sleep in too much. I know he's going to tell me in the comments right now because he is with me. Don't worry about it whenever we meet, but like I still want to have time to do our exercise and spend our time together and cook together and get ready for the week. And I know he'll let me sleep in, but I don't want to stay up too late. So, but because this is my first live. I'd like to see you guys see my process. So I'm going to try and work as fast as possible. So we're going to do the cheese, we're going to do the lettuce and the tomato. And if there is time, we'll do the mustard. The pickles and the onions, you already saw me do it in the beginning of this live. So I'm not going to do that. We've already done that. So let's try and accomplish those layers for these 6 sandwiches we have. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Tristan is my moderator, so he'll answer any questions you have that I can't answer. But I'll try to get get around to them. But I'm trying to go for the next 45 minutes solid and get these done. Okay, and I thank you all like once again, and I'm going to try to be more live on YouTube. Yeah, I'll try my best. It's hard when you're have a full-time job and this is your part-time job, but I'll try my best because I really do enjoy doing lives, because you guys get to see what I do and how I do it, because I get a lot of questions about that too. So thank you once again. Tristan has dropped links for my Instagram where you can follow me. I'm very active on Instagram. Sorry, I've been so slacking on YouTube, but I'm very active on Instagram. I do have a TikTok as well, KittenJelly Boutique, which would be more like my Instagram because I don't use TikTok as much. Instagram is a platform I'm on the most. I do have a Facebook, which is also KittenJelly Boutique. And then if you want to buy from me, the most important part of subscribing and following small businesses and artisans such as myself is to support our business with purchases. Like, I don't want to be one of those people who are like those infomercials, but honestly, that's how we not, I want to say pay the bills, because I do have a full-time job. For other people, yes, but for me it's more being able, like me being able to purchase supplies is through purchases of my items, of my art. They're not even items, they're art. So I will drop my Etsy. I hate having to promote my work. Tristan can vouch to that. I really hate having to promote it, but they are for purchase. They're on Etsy. And if you're in Canada and you do see something you like and you're in the GTA or Toronto, I live in Vaughan, let me know and we can do a pickup. So you don't have to go through Etsy. Etsy is a little bit more pricier because of their fees to cover that and shipping. But if you just message me directly, I can give you the item for minus the Etsy fees and shipping and all that. And we can do a drop off or a pickup. So, and I do custom orders. So just let me know about that. And Tristan has dropped the links in the chat. So please reference those and let me know what you guys think. So thank you once again for joining and enjoy. So these will be the Swiss cheese. Sorry, I'm still, like I said, I'm new to YouTube. I don't know how to write in the chat. So Tristan, if you can give me some directions, or if you can lead people to see what I'm doing. So we're working on the Swiss cheese now. Then will be the lettuce and then the mayo. And if I have time, the mustard. So if you can write that in the chat for me, Tristan, that would be really appreciated as my moderator, because I don't know how to write the chat. It's not popping up. So Tristan's gonna lead the chat. If you have any questions, leave it for him and he'll let me know if he sees anything. So we're going to work on the Swiss cheese now. I've cut the shapes. As you can see, they're all different because all my items are one of a kind. They're not going to be all the same. I don't use cutters. I try to make things as realistic as possible. So everything does look different. As you can see, they're all different sizes, small to large to big back. So, all the cheeses are different in real life. Things are not cookie cutters. They're all different. So I'm going to sculpt these now, add them on, and then move on to the lettuce. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. That would be great. Thank you, Tristan, for your comments with my process. I love it. Thank you. Perfect. What Tristan said in the comments is exactly what we're doing. Cutting Swiss cheese, and I'm going to add the holes. Add them to these ones above here so they can look like these ones here. And then the lettuce and mayo after. Thank you, Tristan. So I've actually made some modifications to my cheese compared to what 3 hours, 2 hours ago on Instagram Live. I noticed that it was making them too perfect, and then all the detail got lost in the lettuce on top. So these ones are a little bit more raggedy. Not a bad thing actually, because I'm saving clay. But like the cheese under here, as you can see, look, you're only seeing like, you can see this in the live, right? You can only see like the edges of them. So I had to go back and poke the holes in them. Look, this one you can barely see any cheese. So I'm noticing that like all my detail work that I'm doing is being lost once the lettuce goes on there. So that's why these ones kind of look like those ninja stars. I know it looks whack, but I'm realizing that I'm spending too much time trying to make the cheese look good and then they get lost. Like they still look good on the actual finished piece, but all the like underneath this, there's so much details that you're not seeing. So this time around, I'm learning, and that's like one of the beauty like the beauties of working as an artist. When you do things for the first time, you do it, but then the second time you realize how can you improve it. So I notice that every time I remake things, I'm always improvising and improving my methods. And guys, I just did this an hour ago. These ones on Instagram Live an hour ago, and already I'm changing my process because I'm noticing you're not seeing the cheese, cut off most of it, and just make it smaller. So I've already improved within an hour of making these for the first time. And if you were on my Instagram Live, you would know that when I was making the pastrami sandwiches, I just wanted it to be mustard with pastrami and sauerkraut, but it wasn't so appealing to the eye, so I decided to add the lettuce, the mayo, the pickle, and the pearl onion. And look how good this looks like. This looks way better than my original vision. So it's like sometimes you gotta take a step back and don't rush things sometimes, like, you know, and this that can be like tied back into life, because sometimes we make mistakes when we rush and we're desperate. But I at one point I was desperate to finish those, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't do that. I'm kind of glad that I'm here with you guys now live doing this together, where this what I'm seeing right now in front of me, like this, these look way better than I envisioned a year and a half ago when I was doing it. Like these look way better. So I'm really glad I didn't just rush the process. Like I trust my gut, and like I always tell my boyfriend, let go and let God. And like these look way better than thought they would look a year and a half ago. So I'm glad I'm here in this moment with all of you, and I'm working on these, and I'm improvising because like just an hour ago, like I said, look, I've already improvised a method to these. So I am cutting the waste of my clay and making it look better. So let's continue on, and thank you for being here with me. Please leave any of your comments below. I would love to answer any of your questions. For those of you who just joined, if you want to read the comment box, my moderator, Tristan, has done an amazing job. I love you so much, Tristan. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me as you always do. Tristan has broken down better than I can. He's very articulate and good with his words. He is such a smart man. I love him so much. He has broken down my steps of what I'm doing right now, which is really good for me because I do lose concentration sometimes. As you can see it, just 2 minutes ago, I was rambling. So I ramble a lot. So thank you, Tristan, so much for that. He has broken down what we're doing in the steps. If you do need clarification, please write it down in the chat and he'll try to answer it. And if not, I will try to. But I'm gonna get back to this so I can try and get them on so you can see what they look like. But thank you, Tristan, so much for helping me out in the chat and for insightful comments. I love you so much. So thank you, Tristan, for your comment about the temperature and the time. So each clay varies for temperature and time. So it will be a little hard to say it on camera because I can't remember them off by hand. I actually have them written on my toaster oven because I don't use a normal oven to bake. I use a toaster oven. So my toaster oven has each brand of clay with the temperature and the time, so I don't have that off by hand, so I can't tell you. But once you purchase a pack of clay, it will tell you what that is. Clay does bake at a low temperature. I think the highest I've seen is 275 Fahrenheit, which is about 130, a little bit over 130 Celsius for those who are Canadian, like me. Sorry. Americans, we don't use Fahrenheit. Actually, pretty much the whole world doesn't. It's just Americans that use Fahrenheit. No shade. I'm just stating the obvious. Most people use Celsius, so that's about 130 Celsius, a little bit over that for those who are not American. But just always reference the package on your package of clay, packet of clay. It'll tell you what the temperature is and how long you need to bake it for. So like something like this thin, I wouldn't bake it more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes for this. Or sometimes with lighter colors, it will burn if you bake it too long. But then because this is so thick, like at least, I'm not going to say 25 because sometimes it does say 25, but just because I'm paranoid, I do it for a little extra 5 minutes. So like for something like this thick only because there are layers. Like you can see the whole thing is not solid. Like there's air pockets, right? You can see the thin layer here, one thin layer. These are all thin layers of clay that makes up the pastrami slices. So they're not compact as much. They might be back here, but not here. So for me, I would probably bake this whole thing here for 30 minutes. Maybe I'll add an extra 35 to 40 minutes just to be sure. But I'm not raising the temperature. I'm baking the temperature according to the packet. Another rule of thumb to follow is because I am mixing different clays and different clays have different temperatures. So Sculpey I think might be 275. I might be wrong. This is off the top of my head, so don't attack me in the comments. This is off the top of my head. Like I said, I have it written on my toaster oven. I think Sculpey is 275 Fahrenheit, not Celsius, Fahrenheit. And then Fimo, my favorite, I believe might be 230 or something. It's a little bit lower. It's something lower. And I mix it. I will bake according to the temperature of the highest clay because I want the highest clay to also bake. I try not to mix white colors, aka Fimo, with a Sculpey because Sculpey does bake at a higher temperature and my Fimo bakes at a lower temperature. If you bake light color clay at a high temperature, the color will change. And I don't want that. So I will bake, if I do mix Sculpey with Fimo and I'm baking it at a higher temperature, I try not to bake it as long. I will still bake it at the same temperature as the Sculpey, even though it's higher, but not as long because I don't want my Fimo to discolor. So those are some things to consider with mixing clay colors. It's not only about mixing the clay, but also light and darks. So if you want to bake it high, because you need to, because most of your products are Sculpey, then you also need to remember that maybe you shouldn't use a light. You might not want to use a Fimo white that bakes lower than a Sculpey other colors that bake high, because your white might turn to beige, and if you burn it, it will turn to black. So that's just a tip from me. It's a tip because I've done it before. This is trial and error for me, or I have done that before, so I don't want you guys to have to go through that. So just a tip I thought would be helpful. And I've been rambling again. So remember I told you I ramble? I've been rambling and working on clay. So I hope you guys saw what I was doing. I hope it was in frame as I was doing it. So I'll just continue on. Okay, so I just need to take another quick less than 1 minute bathroom break and I'll be right back, okay? So I'll just put the music on and I'll be right back. I'm not gone. Sorry, drinking a lot of water, so I really have to go to the bathroom right now. I'll be back in 1 minute. Thank you all so much for joining me. As you can hear in my voice, I'm getting really tired now. It's about, it is 3 a.m. here in Toronto, Canada, so I am done for the night. Much I've been doing this for about since like what, 10? 4 hours now, so I'm a bit tired. I wish I could go longer, but I was on Instagram for about 2 hours before this and then now. And I did have a long day today as well, but I pushed through, but now I'm actually falling asleep. And I'm gonna listen to my body and give my body some rest. So I hope to be on another live soon on YouTube. Next time, maybe I'll start with YouTube and end with Instagram so you guys can see a little bit more of my process before. But I did backtrack and start from the same direction I did with my Instagram, where I started with the lettuce onto, sorry, the cheese, the lettuce, mayo, and mustard. And so I'll just show you a quick preview again for those of you who joined late. But the final product are these cute sandwiches where you have the mustard, you have pumpernickel bread, mustard, pastrami, Swiss cheese, lettuce, mayo, a pickle, and a pearl onion. So like this sandwich is fully loaded. Like you don't need any more things on a sandwich than these. Like this is a pretty hefty sandwich with all the elements. Visually, I think it looks really nice. I'm not thinking about what you would eat in real life, but visually, I think it looks good with all the colors and the components. It flows really nice, so I'm very happy with that. So I did very well on Instagram. I finished these. YouTube today, we did very well with that amount, and I just have a few more left. So it looks like a lot, but it's based on the bottom. So whatever bottom I have is how much I technically have left, because these ones are the tops, right? So I have 7 left. Not bad. 7, and then these are in progress because they have the cheese and the lettuce on them. So that's not bad. I can probably finish these on Monday night. And then I'll try to do a lot more lives on YouTube. And I'll try to mix them up, or if I do Instagram live, I'll go to YouTube after, or I'll do YouTube first and then go to Instagram after. So if you'd like to please follow me, like and subscribe. This video would be great. This is my first live on YouTube, so I hope it went well. I would like to have any of your feedback or tips in the chat below, so please do that. Please share, like, and subscribe. I'm a visual artist. I'm mainly a painter. I like to say that, but I think I might have to change those words because now I am a miniature artist and I work a lot with polymer clay. I do paint and draw as well, but my passion recently has been miniatures. So I work a lot with clay. If you have any custom orders, please reach out to me on my Instagram or my email, kittenjellyboutique@gmail.com. That is kittenjellyboutique@gmail.com. My Instagram is also KittenJelly Boutique. My Facebook page is KittenJelly Boutique. And my TikTok is also KittenJelly Boutique, and then email, as I just stated, kittenjellyboutique@gmail.com, and my YouTube that you're on now. My TikTok is the same as well. So if you'd like to reach out to me, follow, subscribe, and support a small business owner slash artisan slash professional artist just trying to bring joy and light to the world with her art, I would love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much for my moderator today, Tristan Kennedy. Thank you so much for helping out. He has put a lot of information in the chat box, so please check his comments out. He has also tagged my Etsy shop if you'd like to support me. And again, I do custom orders, so please reach out. If you have any ideas of anything you'd like me to make, it does not have to be jewelry, a keychain, or a pin, or a magnet. I do sculptures as well, and I do other items. So if you'd like to reach out to me, I do paintings as well. Let me know. And if you want any photography, please reach out to him on his YouTube, and he'll put that in the chat below. And he does a lot of lives for his basketball, his live cooking. He's a professional chef. He's also dabbling in the arts, so he draws. He does a lot of shrink plastic, and Posca markers, and a lot of pencil crayon drawing and shading images and illustrations. He does that as well. So if you need any help with that, or if you'd like to reach out to someone else who's dabbling in that just to build a community, or you want to commission him, please reach out to him. He's an amazing photographer. So if you want to reach out, he will leave his Instagram in the chat below. And thank you once again for joining and subscribing. Tristan, please leave your information in the chat so everyone can see that. Thank you once again. I'm rambling because I am tired. I am sorry. I really wanted to go later, but it's already 3 o'clock and I'm tired. I had a long day. But I will try to come back on Monday. So Mondays will be my live. I'm trying to make Mondays after work because I do have a full-time job. After work will be my live days. So I'm going to try to do interchange between YouTube and Instagram. So if I start with Instagram and I do an hour and a half, I will try to continue an hour and a half on YouTube. And then if I start with YouTube an hour and a half, I will try to continue an hour and a half in Instagram. So please stay tuned for my Monday lives. And I thank you once again. Please subscribe. Tristan just dropped his details in the chat. So please subscribe to him and support small businesses and artisan and those who have a passion for the arts. And not only the arts, but just have a passion in life. Let's support each other. Forget those big corporations. Let's support the small businesses. So thank you once again. I hope everyone had a blessed Saturday. Now it's Sunday, so I hope you all have a blessed Sunday, a restful Sunday, and let's all be grateful for what we have and who we have in our lives. And I thank you once again for joining me, and have a great night. Thank you all once again. Bye.